All right, this has been talked to death, but we're going to talk it a little bit more. Zaza Pachulia, dirty play, dirty player, and there are two different questions. I thought Charles Barkley made an interesting distinction last night that it was a dirty play, but that doesn't necessarily make him a dirty player. Where do you stand on that?
I think Zaza is a physical player. I think that Zaza will push the envelope. Zaza will be dirty at times. I just didn't think that play was. But being said that, I look at it as we're not out there. And obviously, looking at it, there's one unnatural play. You never want to have a guy up underneath you. But I thought Zaza just closed out. But there has been times where Zaza has done some plays when he had Kawhi's arm. But then some of the plays they show where David West was crowding him, I have no problem with him clearing space.
Right.
That's a natural basketball reaction when a guy is crowding space. One, Patty Mills was trying to box him out. He just threw him out of the way. If you're a little guy, you don't want to be down there. So I didn't think it was a dirty play, but I think sometimes Zaza could cross the line.
Those are some of the plays that Greg Popovich documented in his monologue to
But
Sekou and the other media yesterday.
Also, Pop went completely off on Zaza. He did coach Bruce Bowen.
Right.
And so it was a different monologue when he had Bruce Bowen.
And Bruce Bowen, who was a great defensive player, but also a player who was known for and accused of getting up under jump shooters multiple times during his NBA career. And Pop was in the position of defending him back then. Obviously, it's a different deal now. What do you think? Dirty play, dirty player, both, one of each?
I don't know him well enough to call him a dirty player. I've never played against him. Is it a dirty play? Absolutely. The rule is in for a reason. And, you know, this has happened in our league several times by several different players. So, therefore, the foul was called because of this.
Right.
Dirty play. And now, did Zaza know what he was doing? In my opinion, absolutely. There's a player that plays basketball that I've encountered that you don't know when you've crossed the line and you up under somebody else's foot. And the fact that, you know, and this was brought to my attention, the fact when Kawhi fell, he didn't even reach back to say, hey, man, you all right? You know, my fault. It was kind of like, I hope didn't nobody see this.
Right.
You know, and now, did he cross the line? Absolutely. Now, did he intend to do it? We don't know if that was his intention. I don't believe for 1 second that they were in the huddle and said, hey, when Kawhi Leonard goes up, this is what I'm going to go and do. I don't think that was the case. However, when the opportunity presented itself, them being down 25, in the player's mind, you saying, okay, I got an opportunity to take a shot, I'm going to take a shot. And that's what I think happened.
Well, we've certainly seen players let their competitive streaks get the best of them and make unnecessary plays over the years. It's important to note a common foul was called on the play because that's the way the rule is written. A jump shooter has to be given the opportunity to land in his space, and he wasn't. But it was not upgraded to a flagrant on the off day by the NBA.
Question is, was Al Horford's with Markieff Morris considered a dirty play, and he considered a dirty player?
Well, it's interesting because I don't think anyone has ever accused Al Horford of dirty play.
What do you think on that play?
But it was the same play.
I don't know enough about that play because I didn't see it.
Okay.
I focused.
It's essentially the same play, a jump shot
Yeah.
by Markieff Morris. And Horford, to your point about not checking with him, Horford did go to Morris after the play and say sorry or something to that effect. Which never happened. I don't know if that makes a difference or not.
Matt, I've shot, 100,000 jump shots in my life, or maybe even more. I have never shot a shot and came down and landed on somebody's foot. Most players know and understand just your personal body space.
Sure.
And we know in the NBA, Smitty, on every single play, if you really want to hurt somebody, you can. But there is a personal body space that we just don't get into. And if we accidentally run into that personal body space, then we absolutely turn around and say, hey, man, I'm sorry, my fault. You know, like I was saying to Smitty earlier, there's an elbow to the face, right, where it's like, okay, you got me. And then there's an elbow to the face where you like, hey, man, don't do that no more.
Right.
right? And we all kind of know. So there's an unspoken language and an unspoken personal body space that we understand. And Zaza definitely crossed the line in terms of that personal body space.
To me,
and he knew it, and I think everybody else
To me, this particular play lines up really well with the undercutting play on a drive to the basket, because you know, as the offensive player, that somebody took out your legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
You feel that instantly.
And you try to catch him on your back.
But the one thing I would
or
love
whatever.
for see people, because, Matt, we saw it, Isaiah didn't see it. It was the exact same play, Al Horford. Yes, the narrative was different. Al did come and check on him. But it was the exact same play. And Markieff Morris asked him the next game.
Asked him if he did it on purpose.
Did you did it on purpose? And
because that was a conversation
but I'm
between
saying
those
there
games
was
as well.
never a conversation, was Al a dirty player or was it a dirty play?
Right. Well, and Al's never
bit.
had that reputation, whereas Pachulia has always been known as a physical player, if not dirty, at least a physical player.
Yeah, I want to be clear. I'm not calling him a dirty player.
Understood.
I don't know.
Understood.
But was that a dirty play? Yes.
I think that second little jab step, that when the foot stops and then it keeps going, I think that gives a lot of people pause looking at that.
Yeah, the ball was gone. You're not challenging the shot no more. And, you know, we're pretty good athletes. We can stop.
Moving forward and starting with tonight, other than Kawhi Leonard's absence, if that proves to be the case, what are the repercussions from this, if any?
Well, I mean, you talking about from the San Antonio Spurs?
Yeah.
I don't see any. I mean, the Spurs team, from what I've seen, I'm not on that team the inside out. It's been maybe a little bit of different. The team I played with some guys, Kevin Willis. So it's totally different. I don't see this with the San Antonio Spurs team as far as a retaliation on Zaza or somebody else. But I do see Jonathan Simmons stepping up and Ginobili having another game. Those are the type of players that they come out and they will compete. Not knowing whether they'll win or not, but I know they'll come out and compete.
Well, the rules have changed in basketball, but they haven't changed in other sports. And I mean the unspoken rule. Because if this is baseball, we see what happens in baseball.
Somebody's getting plunked.
Yeah. If this is football, we see what happens in football, still today. And if this is hockey, we see what happens in hockey.
Gloves are coming off.
Now, in basketball, you know, the personal conduct and the personal rules, you know, you can say we've evolved or we've taken a step away from all of that. So I don't see any repercussions.
It's too dangerous.
I don't see
too
anything.
risky.
Yeah, I don't see anything else happening. I see it's a play on and everybody goes on about their business. But again, if this was baseball, football, or hockey, there would be some repercussions.